The BJP's style of working and the strategy that BJP adopts or the NDA adopts across the country is well known. It is, of course, the central government programs, which is actually holistic and it blends in all the requirements of most of the states, Government of India programs. So we work on a principle of saturation of Government of India programs in every district, mandal, and block. And then we have very effective and efficient leaders who take up these mandates and implement them on the ground. So it's not that we are diluting the leadership at the local level, but we are also taking due cognizance of the fact that we are in a cooperative federal structure and we need to work hand in hand with the central government. Therefore, the national leadership that translates into the political realm as well. So we have the central leadership by Modi ji, and Modi ji's charisma, as Shekhar just put it across, it's unbeatable, and you cannot deny a leader of his charisma to not to go to the election campaigns, and at the end of the day he says he's a karyakarta, so he does as what the party asks him to do. So as a karyakarta, we are all obliged to go where the party asks us to go, to campaign, to do whatever that the party asks us to do, in the rights of the framework. So therefore that's in his right to go and campaign. And as far as local leadership is concerned, there's no dilution of local leadership. It's always under the taking cognizance of the fact that there is a central leadership, there is a Modi factor, there is a leader at the helm of affairs at the national level, and we cannot run independent states in a laissez-faire kind of a system where we don't take cognizance of the budgetary support coming from the central government. That's what many of the states in South India is doing, and are doing in the southern region. That is the kind of ethos that we see playing on the ground. The kind of freebies that are being announced across board. When the treasury is empty, but then they announce freebies. They say free pressure cookers to free helicopters. So whatever free they offer, but there's nothing at the end of the day that they have to offer. In Karnataka also, we saw the same formula being adopted. Freebies being announced, and then the voters, they catch the imagination of the voters by announcing these freebies, and then they come to power, but they're not able to implement. We see the failure in Karnataka already. There is the coffers going empty. Kerala government is another example of the coffers going empty. So there is a lot of budgetary mismanagement that is happening in various state governments, and therefore it's important to take cognizance of the central government. Fall in line in the cooperative federal structure.
Okay.
Fall within the framework. Yeah. Not for us to answer at the moment, so it would be decided in due course. So these are some questions which only the party leadership would be able to assign and finally announce the name of the chief minister. But we believe it's in the strength of the programs, the effectiveness of the implementation of the programs at the grassroots level, which the BRS government has failed miserably in delivering promises on the ground.
Okay.
So he's representing INDIA, but that's a party which, is it a party at all is a question that I want to ask. It's a motley crew of parties who don't have a leader, who fight against each other in the states, and then they go and try to find give a unified front in the center. This is an absolute hypocrisy and travesty of all ethical kind of ventures that we have seen, ethical kind of bonds. And even in Kerala you have the CPIM fighting dogs and against each other like dogs, and then you go on in the central government and say that we're joining hands against corruption. I don't understand what is the ethos of the INDA alliance, first of all. And the second question is about Modi ji's programs and subsidies that have gone to Telangana government. There I have a huge report in front of me which actually gives out the statistics. If you want me to roll out the statistics, I can do that. From 2014 to 21-22, Modi ji has spent about 2.5, I can't even tell the numbers, 2,52,000 crore for Telangana's development. And that includes a slew of measures, including for farmers, including for backward districts, including for, various other infrastructure programs that he's doing across the country. We cannot have stepmotherly treatment for any particular state. So we have done equally well for Telangana. And I've also been in the government of India, and I know how proactively we have supported Telangana government in various rural development missions and in urban development missions, and especially for the, agriculture sector and for farmers' welfare. So Modi government has done a huge amount of things. The government of India has done a lot of measures to strengthen the rural development sector in Telangana specifically. So there is no stepmotherly treatment to any particular state. And as far as national, ethos goes, it's a global story now, and it's not for any one particular representative of a party which has no bonding and which has no cement adhering it together. The INDA Alliance representative has absolutely no locus standi to speak about the national ethos that we are giving to the globe today. And it's a globally validated story, our economic growth story. We are fifth largest economy, fastest growing economy in the world. And, it's a matter of pride that I keep repeating this in every debate because it's a proud moment for us. Where were we in 2014? We didn't have toilets. For God's sake, we didn't have toilets for our people. And today we are open defecation free, and you're challenging even those statistics that have been validated by UNICEF and United Nations. And are we going to, discount United Nations also? So there is, and then there is this poverty, multidimensional poverty. We've lifted about 300 million and odd people out of poverty, out of multidimensional poverty, which includes nutrition, which is one of the basic indicators of multidimensional poverty. So what are we talking about when we talk about against the Modi story? It's a globally acclaimed story. So none of us in this panel have a right to speak against the national ethos which is being rolled out under Modi ji's leadership.
Okay.